right, good evening, everyone. I'll make sure everything is recording. I'm gonna give people some time to come in. I see some people have already joined. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Everything's going well so far for you. Um, and make sure we get some people in. Some people are coming on in. Let's see. So just some housekeeping rules or waiting for people to come in. As you can see at the bottom, you have the chat part, and I'm going to take questions at the end, so you have plenty of time to ask any questions that you may need to ask after the presentation, just so I can get through everything, so I don't keep you all too long. But this webinar is jam-packed. So that chat is used for that, for questions towards the end, and I'll answer as many as I possibly can. You know, whatever you have to ask at the end, I'll definitely make sure that I answer it. We'll just wait for maybe another minute for everybody to get in here, because it's already 8:03. So I'll wait just one more minute for people to come in. All right. And this is actually being recorded. So, and it's actually being recorded somewhere else. So I make sure that I'm able to give you all the recording as well after, as soon as it downloads and I can get it uploaded to you. You'll get that in the email. So if you've been getting emails from me already, and that's something else I needed to say. I know a lot of times emails can go into spam. You should have gotten multiple emails from me, because I know I talked about only doing a free webinar in addition to the 5 steps to becoming a paid speaker, that freebie you got, that PDF, but I have been sending other free content in emails that can help you on your journey to becoming a paid speaker or becoming a higher paid speaker. So if you have not seen those emails, make sure you check your spam, because they are there, and it has even more tips and so forth to help you in that journey, okay? So I think we may have about one more minute, and then we'll get started in the presentation, okay? Make sure I have everything I need. Remember, at the bottom, if you push the chat, and I'll put it up on here, I'm gonna come back to that at the end once I come out of the presentation, and then you all can ask as many questions you want. And as I'm doing the presentation, put your questions in there anyway, so you don't forget them. And then I'll be able to come back and scroll through it and answer any questions that you may have, okay? All right, so let me see. I think we're gonna go ahead and get started. And I'm gonna share my screen in just a second. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with the webinar and the presentation. Right, so this is, of course, how to become a paid speaker. And you already had the 5 steps, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But this presentation is to give you a deeper look into how I get paid as a speaker. And not getting paid, you know, hundreds of dollars, but I get paid thousands of dollars. So a lot of times I get the question, is this your full-time occupation, is your full-time job or career? And I had to like, yes, it is. I wouldn't just be traveling around the world just for the heck of it. No, this is my full-time career. This is what I love to do. It's not that I go back to a 9-to-5 or anything during the week and then take days off and come and speak. No, this is my full-time. I make thousands of dollars doing this whenever I step on stage. And so this is not about making hundreds of dollars. This is about what it takes to become a paid speaker, or if you're already a full-time speaker, to make more money doing that way, doing more. So let's look at the webinar. So who am I? Okay, who am I? And I am Janae Adams, for those who are just knowing me because you downloaded the PDF. I'm Janae Adams. I own my own company, EMAC Consulting, and I travel all around the world speaking. That is what I do. That's what I've done for going on 8 years now. So I'm excited about that. And we're going to talk more about how I got started, especially if you're at that point in your life as well, and you're just beginning. We'll talk about that also. But I travel all around the world. I speak to college students on college campuses, but I also speak at corporations as well as different organizations, so nonprofit organizations also. I've actually written 2 books. The first one was Debt Sucks University, and the newest one is the Money Attractor. So my story is that I paid off $50,000 of debt in 2 years, and I share that story around the world. So whenever you see me on stage, that is the story I'm sharing. Whenever you read one of my books, I'm sharing that story as well, step by step of how I paid off the $50,000 of debt in 2 years, okay? So that is my platform. That is what I speak about, and that is what people hire me for, okay? So, and I also have been featured in all of these publications across the board. So I've been at LearnVest, I've been Good Morning America, USA Today, NPR, Black Enterprise, and even more that are not represented on this screen. But my information and my tips and my story has been shared across these publications. Now, who is this webinar for? Okay, who is this webinar for? It's for those who want to help others, first and foremost. The reason that I do what I do is because I want to help people live their dreams. I want them to be able to get in a position financially where they can do whatever they want to do. Like nothing is holding them back. Whenever I get on stage, within 10 minutes of me speaking, we are already talking about how people can live their dreams, okay? Financially live their dreams. So that is what I do to help others. So this is who this webinar is for. If you're looking to help others, impact others. This is also for those who want to speak full time. So maybe right now you're still working a 9 to 5 and you want your full time to be as a speaker, okay? And then this is also for authors who want to sell more books, because that is what speaking can do for you. You can sell a lot of books, and we'll talk about that also. And those who want to be authors in the future. So let's say you're a speaker now or a part-time speaker, and you're thinking about putting your story into a book or your expertise into a book, then this webinar is for you. And then last but not least, those who are serious about being full-time speakers. I am not doing this webinar for people who just kind of want to do it. It might be a hobby of theirs. They just want to speak every now and then. This is for people who are serious about being speakers. So what will we cover tonight? Hopefully I can get you out soon, not over an hour at all. So, but we're going to cover a lot, okay? But what will we be covering? We're going to first cover your subject, your topic. What are you going to talk about on stage or in front of an audience? We're also going to talk about the techniques of speaking and the do's and the don'ts around that, because making sure that you have the technique right leads to big checks, all right? And then how to go full-time. So going from your 9 to 5 to your full-time as a speaker. And then business and your life. So how does your business and your life go together? A lot of people talk about work-life balance. We're going to go a little bit further than that. And then last but not least, a surprise at the end. So make sure that you stay on the webinar until the end of it. Now, so the 5 steps, all of you should already have this, because that's the only way you got access to this webinar, is if you download it. You click the link that was provided and you downloaded the 5 steps to becoming a paid speaker. This was something just to get you started, to kind of get your mind thinking about where you wanted to, what kind of speaker you wanted to be, who your target audience is, and it was just short snippets. And then I was going to go deeper during the webinar. We're going to cover some of these tonight, plus more. So what are you going to talk about? What is your subject? Where are you going to share with other people, whether it's within your own country or around the world? That is what you have to decide. And you have to decide that first before you do any other steps, because how are you going to do any other steps if you don't even know what your subject is or your topic? Now, when you look at the different ways that you can have a topic, it can be purely knowledge. I know plenty of people in higher education, people who are scientists, and their speaking engagement is purely knowledge, purely like hard content. And they're trying to make people smarter. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to educate. And yes, I educate as well, but I'm more of the experience type of speaker. I am sharing my experience on stage. I am talking about, I'm basically storytelling my life experience around paying off $50,000 of debt in 2 years. That is what I'm doing. I'm experienced. But as I'm going through the experience, I'm also teaching financial literacy. So I have the knowledge in there as well, but majority of it is the experience. I'm storytelling. So you have to decide what topic you're going to share. Is it going to be purely all knowledge based? So it's knowledge-based, like scientific, educational, whatever it may be, or is it going to be experience? So being able to tell a story, how you got from point A to point B, or point A to point Z, and walk people through those steps so that they do not have to go through the same thing you went through. The reason I get hired is because they want me to help those in the audience skip some steps. That's what I do. I help them skip steps when it comes to getting their finances together. What I'm helping you right now do with this webinar and the PDF that you already downloaded is to help you skip some steps to being a paid speaker. So that's what it's about. So you have to decide if you're going to do knowledge or experience, or you may be like me, have plenty of experience and add knowledge throughout the speaking part on stage, okay? But whatever it is, you need to have passion behind it. There needs to be passion, because there are going to be very hard days, okay? Very hard days. And passion is going to get you through that. So whenever you're thinking about what you're going to speak about, what your subject or topic is, don't just pick something because it's popular. You know, a few years ago, it was all about social media. Like everybody wanted to be a social media guru and all that kind of stuff. And that's what they spoke on. They weren't passionate about it. They just knew that they would get hired and get paid. But now those same speakers are not getting hired as much anymore. Okay, they're not getting hired as much anymore because guess what? Things start to fade. So unless you have a passion around what you're doing, it's going to fade, and you're not going to be speaking full time for long. So make sure that the passion is there. Now, professionals get paid. So this is all about technique. Okay, I have sat and listened to speakers, well, who said they were speakers, okay? They said they were speakers, and then I would hear them say, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Throughout the entire presentation, they may be going through the presentation and make multiple mistakes. So that means they did not practice the PowerPoint on Microsoft, or Keynote on a Mac. They did not go through it. They didn't go through their clicks because things would mess up and they would have to go back over and over and over again. Yes, even as a professional speaker where you have spoken hundreds of times, you still will run into mistakes, but it's not going to be 5 or 6 times in an hour-long presentation. That means you have not practiced at all. So understand that the reason I'm saying all this is because people are protective of their money. Period. People are protective of their money. I don't care who you are going after in the future as far as potential clients. They love the money that they have. They have budgets. And so they want to make sure they are hiring someone that is going to deliver, that is going to make a difference for the audience that they are hiring you for. I don't know how many times I've been told no because of budget. All right. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, but that is why you have to be good. You have to really practice your craft. You have to practice the craft. You can't just go up there and wing it. Those who go up there and wing it, yes, you may get hundreds of dollars, but you're either not going to get invited back, first and foremost, and you're definitely not going to get paid thousands of dollars. I had 6 speaking engagements last week, but one of the colleges I spoke at, they already want me back again. Already want me back. They said it today. That's because I practice my craft. I'm very good at what I do, and they see results from my speaking engagements. But I practice my craft. I know what works on stage, and things that don't work on stage, guess what? I go back to the drawing board and I fix that part of my speech. And that's practicing your craft. That's continually getting better each and every time you hit the stage. And understand that this is a business and you need to present it as such, okay? So many people, they say I'm a speaker. And you have seen them all over social media. You've gotten the emails and they say I'm a speaker. You've seen them out and about, maybe to your friends and so forth. And you say, I'm a full-time speaker. I speak here and I speak there. But they don't present it that way. It's not really a business, because there was a business. First and foremost, they have a website. They have some business cards that talk about them being a speaker, not some other card and they tell you they're a speaker, but it has other things on there, all that kind of stuff. For example, I actually have, and you all won't be able to see, I have 3 different kind of business cards. This is the 3rd one. That's a big one. 3 different types of business cards, okay? I have 3 types of business cards. And why I have these 3 types of business cards? Because they're for 3 types of customers. And so depending on what type of business I want to do with you is the type of card you'll get. That is what I'm talking about. This is a business and you need to present it as such. The same thing as far as, like I said, with websites, videos, LinkedIn, making sure that you have a presentable picture on LinkedIn. All of that goes into it because, like I said, let's go back to number 1. People are very protective of their money. And if you want them to let go of thousands of dollars to pay you to speak for an hour or 2 hours, whatever it may be, an hour or 2, or to do a workshop, then you better show them that you are worth the money, even before you get on stage. So if people see me on any type of social media, they can click and go to my website and they can see an example of me speaking. They can see an example of my bio. They can see different news publications I've been in, testimonials from people who have heard me speak. They're getting their checklist together before they even email me. They're like, okay, she's for real. She actually is a speaker. I like the way she is speaking. I like the way her content is delivered. Let me email her and her team, and let's see what dates she has available. People always check you out online before they ever email you or give you a call. So how about moving from your 9 to 5 into a full-time paid speaker? This is what I did. I did not just quit my job and be a full-time paid speaker, because that would have been insane. Okay. I did not do that at all. That has to go with my first point. You're going to have a lifestyle change. You're going to have a lifestyle change when you're trying to become a paid speaker, when you're trying to go from your 9 to 5 to a full-time paid speaker. Full-time paid speaker means that you are replacing what you're making right now, your 9 to 5. That's what full-time speaking means. Because if you're not able to handle your obligations, your financial obligations, then guess what? You're going back to that 9 to 5. So how do you get there? The lifestyle change. Right now, and everybody knows I do financial literacy. I talk about how I paid off 50 grand of debt in 2 years. So obviously I made some sacrifices then. You also have to think about the sacrifices you're going to have to make to become a full-time speaker, to be able to walk away from that 9 to 5. You're not going to be able to go out as much as you have before. Some luxuries are going to have to get cut back or cut out. So maybe it's going out to eat with your friends. Maybe it is going on multiple vacations per year. Maybe it is, let me think of something, buying the clothes you want or your family wants whenever. Whatever you've been spending your money on before, there's going to have to be a lifestyle change. Why? Because any business, even a full-time speaking business or any business, guess what? It takes money. It takes money to fund it. And so if you are already spending your 9 to 5 money on your lifestyle, then there's no money left to build a business, a speaking business or anything else. So you're going to have a lifestyle change to be able to find the money to build this speaking business. Now, sleep is overrated. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are like, no, I've got to have my sleep. But if you're trying to grow a business, trying to become a full-time speaker, sleep is overrated. I was still in my 9 to 5 trying to build this business, okay? Which means I had to work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And sometimes I had events after 5 p.m. as well. And I also had a little one. I think I had 2 at home at the end, but 1 or 2 at the time. So what that meant is that I had to get up at 4 a.m. and I worked from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. on my speaking business. So that was sending out emails, making phone calls, those kind of things for 3 hours. And then I woke my child up, and then eventually my children up, got them ready for preschool at the time and kindergarten. And then I went to work from 8 to 5. I got home that night and I worked again from sometimes 9 to 11, 9 to 12, went to sleep and did it all over again. And I did that until I went full time. Now I may wake up more like 5 to 6, 5 to 6. A lot of times 5, but sometimes 6 a.m. I'll wake up, get some work done. Because why? Nobody else is awake. Unless I'm dealing with someone overseas, nobody else in the United States, especially on the West Coast, is awake. So there's not multiple emails coming in to me and a lot of people grabbing on my time. So if you're trying to go from 9 to 5 to full time, sleep is overrated. You're going to have to sacrifice some of your sleep in order to get this business off the ground or to help it flourish even more. Save your vacation days. If you get vacation days in your 9 to 5, they need to be saved, period. Why? Because you need them to go to conferences where your clients may be. You need them to go speak. So I was still working full time and I didn't use any of my vacation days unless it was going to a speaking engagement and getting paid for it. I would get on a flight, fly out and be back that night or the next morning and go back to work. Or I would drive somewhere and come back. But I needed my vacation days to go and build my business. So make sure you save your vacation days. You're going to have to make these type of sacrifices in order to go from your 9 to 5 to a full-time speaker. Now, your life and your business. A lot of people call it work-life balance and all that kind of stuff. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. But you need, while you're on this journey to become a full-paid speaker or to get paid more as a speaker, you need to remember those that were there before you started this journey. And a lot of people forget that. A lot of people think that, let's say you have other people living in your household. So maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's children, a mother, grandmother, whoever, somebody you may take care of, whatever. They were there before this. And so you may be making this life change, but they may not be ready for it. And so you have to ease them in. Because if you're talking about lifestyle change that I discussed on the earlier slide, when we're trying to find money for your speaking engagement, that lifestyle change is going to affect them as well. If I'm saying go on less vacations or no vacations, that means they don't get to go now. And they may not be happy about your lifestyle change, about being a full-time speaker, and they'll end up maybe resenting you. So you have to remember their feelings and what they may be going through as you're going on this journey. So remember those that were there before all of this happened, before you want to become a full-time speaker. Building your business around your life. I am getting better at this each and every year. And I'm telling you all this from experience because I definitely at the beginning built my life around my business, which means everybody in my life and my life, what I wanted had to go around whatever the business was doing. I've switched that around. I've switched that around over the last few years and I'm getting better and better at it. So I'm telling you this from the beginning. Build your business around your life. What that does is that it keeps you from getting burned out. So, for example, a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago, I spoke in Palm Beach. I decided to stay an extra day to spend time at the beach in Palm Beach and in Miami at South Beach. That is building my business around my life. What did that do? That helped me relax. That got me recharged to come back and hit the ground running again as a mother, as a wife, as a speaker. So look at how you can build your business around your life, not the other way around. And also, yes, at the beginning, if you're just starting this journey of becoming a speaker, you are going to have to go hard for a couple of years. But the entire time, you need to be figuring out how can this business be built around my life so that those that come before me, that those that came before all of this, that they don't feel left out, that they don't feel sacrificed for this journey to becoming a paid speaker. And it's all about purpose living. I am definitely living my life on purpose. What I'm doing each and every day, showing people how to financially live their life, live their dreams and so forth. That is my purpose. And what that does is help me get up every day and hit the ground running. Like sometimes I definitely, it's not sometimes. At night, I go to sleep thinking about financial literacy, and I wake up thinking about financial literacy. I think about how I can help people get better with their money, how I can help them, if they have a family, if they want to travel more, if they want to get out of debt, they want to save more money. That is my purpose. And so when things get hard, which 2 weeks ago, for example, it was hard. The entire week, I heard the word no. No, 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 no. And then last week I had six speaking engagements. And during that week, guess what? I booked 4 more speaking engagements, including one that reached out today. And I sold 500 books. So those authors I was talking about, why this is for you, being a speaker helps you sell more books. You all, those who follow me on social media, you do not see me promoting my books that much at all. And most people promote their book every other day. You don't see that from me. A lot of times I forget, but doesn't mean I'm not making sales in the background. Over the last week, sold 500 books. 150 of them were asked for on Friday. 500 books. And you don't see me promoting it that much. So it's about living on your purpose, because what that does is give you the strength to keep going when you have bad days. And as a speaker, as an entrepreneur, you are going to have plenty of bad days. And that's why it is so important to really do what you love, speak about what you love, and have a passion for it and have a purpose for it, so that everything works out the way that you would like for it to work out, even after you have a bad day, or like me, a bad week. And I'm telling you, that week, it was bad. It was just like, no, 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 no. Email and an email, no, no, no. But then all the yeses are coming now. So it is a cycle, and it goes up and down, up and down. But I love it because I'm walking in my purpose. So let's recap. Let's just recap about what we talked about. You now have the tools that you need to really get started being a paid speaker. You have even learned some things in here that you may have been doing wrong as a speaker already, and wondering why you're not getting higher paid speaking engagements. For example, the presenting your business as such. Yes, I have 3 business cards. Like I said, I have 3 business cards for different people, depending on who you are and the client. Because this business card is going to get me higher paid speaking engagements with corporations, organizations, than this one will. And that's why they're different. And they're for different types of clients. So other than that, you got the information about being better in business and presenting yourself as that, understanding that people are very tight with their money because they have budgets. And so you need to make sure that you're showing your value, and showing your value is being able to have a website, speaking reels, and so forth as well. You learn other things as far as making sure that you build your business around your life and not your life around your business. Please do not do that. Take it from me. That does not work out well. So make sure you build your business around your life and not the other way around. And also remember that there are people who came before you started this business. Remember those people. I don't care if it's a parent, a grandparent, children, spouse, friends, whatever it may be, best friends, not associates, best friends. And do not put them on the back burner while you're doing this. Like, check in every now and then to let them know that you are still there. You're working hard, but you're still there. Making sure that you are getting up, sacrificing sleep, especially if you're a 9-to-5, getting up early in the morning. I don't care if it's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. You may not like getting up early in the morning. Maybe at night you can do it, 8 to 12, whatever. You're going to have to sacrifice some sleep to be able to build this business. All right. Saving your vacation days. You're going to need that to be able to go to speaking engagements, to build your business. All right. Now, I know we've been going over 30 minutes now. And I'm going to answer some questions in just a few minutes. But you have to understand the time is now. That's one of the emails you received, that the time is now. If you want to become a full-time speaker, or you want to get paid more as a speaker, then your time is now. And you have to take the steps to become even more serious than you have in the past. If you want to make thousands of dollars as a speaker, it's easy to make hundreds, but it's not as easy to make thousands of dollars for 1 hour speaking. It's just not. You have to be top of your game, and you have to stand out from a very crowded field. And you have to really understand not only just the techniques of speaking, but the techniques of a speaking business. And so I know we talked a lot over these last 30 minutes, but the time is now. And if you're serious about it, you really need to take what you've heard tonight on this webinar, as well as what you have learned in the PDF, the 5 steps to becoming a paid speaker, all of that, and start to implement it. Now, on to the surprise. So if you're saying to yourself, okay, Janae, this is this is really good. I'm really going to take some steps, but I need to really get serious, really need to buckle down. I know I've given you a lot of content in those emails that you received. I give you a lot of content with the PDF as well as this webinar tonight. But if you want to go even further, that's what my surprise is about. And that is my new online course, How to Become a Paid Speaker. So it's the step-by-step guide to becoming a speaker who actually can command thousands of dollars to speak. So I'm actually in this course walking you through even more that I've already walked you through. So you have already gotten the emails, you have gotten the PDF, you're getting this webinar, a recording of the webinar, and then now your opportunity to enroll into this course, How to Become a Paid Speaker, the step-by-step guide. And that's so you can command thousands of dollars to speak. Now, whenever you work at a company, if we're working with somebody else, guess what? We have a ceiling. We can't reach anything higher than that ceiling that they're going to pay us in a salary. But as a speaker, you can get as much money as you want. And that's why you see it on here. This is actually the front page of the website where the course is. And that's why I say $10,000 a month for 5 hours of work. And I'm serious about that. I've made more than $10,000 in a month. But this is something that is doable. Okay. In fact, in March 2019, I think I'm already at about $8,000 projected right now in 2019. I got another speaking engagement today, going back to Florida. So I'm excited about that. This is what it's about. And it's going to go through courses. And they're video courses as well as content within them. So you have not only the videos, but you have content that goes with it. So written content. And guess what? You have action steps that have to be taken after every video. That's why you see on there that it may be 2 days after you enroll in the course. Then another video drops 4 days after you enroll in the course, and so on and so on. Because I don't want people who take this course to rush through it at all, because you have to take the steps one at a time if you want to make the kind of money that I'm talking about. So you can see the videos here. What kind of speaker do you want to be? Who is your target market? One of the ones that I love the most is pitching and following up. This is crucial if you want to get multiple speaking engagements so that you can actually have like a speaking tour. This year I had a 2018 speaking tour, and I've already booked 15 speaking engagements for 2019. So I'm about to create my 2019, flyer that shows where am I going to be in 2019. So I'm already going to be in Texas, and I'm already going to be in Florida a few times. I'm already going to be in Georgia a few times, in Idaho, California. I'm already going to be there. 15 speaking engagements already booked for next year. So that is what pitching and following up is going to do. So there's an entire video that talks about how I pitch to clients. It is an email template that I send, as well as my call schedule of how I follow up and what you need to do to make sure that they answer the phone or they call you back. So that video and that what I've written on that part of the course is all about pitching and following up. It's key to booking speaking engagements. And I know how to pitch and follow up. That's one thing that everybody talks about. They talk about how great I am at following up with people to get them on the phone and finding them. Marketing yourself to clients. That's another one. So I'm talking about these different cards and so forth, even more than that, like the website, what needs to be on there, that's in the marketing yourself to clients. You need to know who your target market is. Everybody's not your target market. If you look at an entire family, I mean parents, kids, and grandparents, all of them are not your target market. I know exactly who my target market is, what age they are, where I find them on social media, where they are that I need to reach them, and who the decision makers are. So that is what the target market video and section is about. It's all about the value. It's about getting paid your value. So many people ask me, Janae, how do I get paid more to speak? I feel, they paid me $500 to do 3 hours of work, like, because you're talking about hours. So that entire section is about how you can charge for your value and how you come to that value as well. And the takeaways in there, the action steps, shows you how to find out what your value is and what you talk about and how it relates to the audience that you're trying to reach and the decision makers who write the check. So that's what that one is about. Social media as a speaker. I get plenty of speaking engagements because of social media. If you feel, those who follow me, you saying, Janae, I seen you here. Janae, I seen you there. I seen you were here last week, and man, you're everywhere. That is strategy. That is my social media strategy. I want you to know that. I want you to know that I speak a lot because I do. And I want people to know that you're missing out. You're missing out. Your audience is missing out if you don't invite me to speak. And so that entire section is how I use social media. When I spoke in Georgia a couple of months ago, University of North Georgia. When I spoke there a couple of months ago, I received that speaking engagement because of LinkedIn. Same thing, I've gotten speaking engagements off of Twitter. So that's what that is about, how to do social media as a speaker. Next, how to gain media attention. I am on the news every 2 weeks. And that came from one news appearance that I did. And then guess what? I've been able to do it now going past 3 years. Okay, so for 3 years, hundreds of thousands of people see me every 2 weeks. And that's more people that I can pitch to because they see me out and about locally, and ways that I can get on other news stations because they can see what I've done with this news station. And the same thing with the written articles that you have seen, all of those news publications, that's media attention. So in that video, I talk about how you find producers to pitch to, how you pitch to them. Same thing with newspapers and news outlets. And I give you some insight to a website that I use to get my name in publications and my information as far as my tips and strategies around money and publications. So that's what the media attention. And last but not least, and there's another video after that, is the equipment to get your message out. I have equipment all around me. And you all have seen my videos that I've done on social media. You've seen my videos in my blog posts and so forth, as well as my email list. So I have equipment that I use to get my message out. And guess what? It helps me command more money when I go and speak. But you have to know what that equipment is. You need to know how to use it. And you also need to know that it does cost money. And so how are you going to scale back in your life to be able to afford that? That's what I talked about before. That wasn't just money to get conferences and so forth in front of your clients. That's money so that you can get your message out to the world. Because none of this is free. This webinar that I'm on, this software is not free. Everything that's around me as far as equipment is concerned, that's not free. As well as any kind of email list that I have, and that's free, even where this online course is. So that is why you have to understand the equipment so that you look professional and you can get people to pay you money. And what's great about this entire curriculum and this entire online course is that it's lifetime access. Lifetime access where I am showing you how I got to where I am today. I'm trying to help you cut out the steps. Like, do not be fumbling around, bang your head against the wall like I was, like trying to figure out what email template works, what gets people attention, how to do videos, what equipment goes with that video, what message go out, how do I get people's attention? Don't bang your head against the wall like I did. Go ahead and get the steps. Get basically the light to your feet right here in this online course. And it's going to help you make thousands of dollars per speaking engagement. That's what I get. And this is how I got there. It's because I use everything that's in these videos, as well as the written content that I have in there and the action steps that I'm sharing with you. And it's lifetime access, like I said before. And I'll give you the link in just a second. But as you can see, it's the how to become a paid speaker. Those of you who worked with me before with the private sessions, they are the same. I only take 5 people a month with the private sessions. That's where I look at everything that you're doing in your business and trying to make sure that you can get to the next level. That's what that is. But this online course is the first one. Is that how to become a paid speaker? And like I said, it is lifetime access into the online course. And what that means is that when I do more videos, which I am, because I've already thought of 3 today that I want to add to it, because right now it's already 10 videos and I'm going to keep adding to it. So you get to pay one price of $297 and you already get access to it for a lifetime. Now, when you go into it and you click enroll course, this is what the page is going to look like. It's going to be able to show you the exact amount, and then you put your payment information at the bottom. And why you see add coupon there is because for those on the webinar, those that see this, I'm going to send an email. I'm not going to tell you what the coupon is here on camera. You are going to get an email where you can click on the link and be able to put in the coupon to get $50 off. And guess what? It's only for 48 hours, and then it goes back up to $297. So that is what that page looks like for the complete purchase. But this entire course, many people have asked me to go even deeper than I've already have with the emails I sent you, with the webinar I've done, with the 5 steps to becoming a paid speaker, PDF, freebie. They want to go even more because they actually are very serious. So who is this not for? Who is this course not for? Not for those who don't want to put in the work. It's just not for you. If you don't want to put in the work, become a paid speaker, like full-time paid speaker, like that, this is what you do. This is your life. This is my life as a paid speaker, and I love it. If you're not willing to put in the work, the course is not for you. It's just not, because it has videos that you have to watch and actions that you have to take. So you have to create an email template. You have to find out who the decision makers are that you need to target. That takes work. That takes research. That takes basically planning out your money so you can know what equipment to buy, what conferences to attend. This course requires work. And that is why it's only for those who are willing to put it in, and not for those who don't want to put in the work. And it's not for those who want to speak as a hobby. If you want to just speak as a hobby, maybe you have your 9 to 5 career and you're just like, I just want to speak every now and then to push my brand up. I'm not really doing it for the money. This course is not for you. This is not for those who want to speak as a hobby. Not at all. This is for people who want to make real money as a full-time speaker. You want to get your message out. You want to help people, and you want to get paid thousands of dollars to do it. That's who this is for. That's it. And so, as you can see, this is how the front of it looks. And I'm going to put the link in the chat so you can have it. But when you click on it, then you can see plenty on the site about, it's a video of me speaking on there to share more about what's in the courses, as well as a whole bunch of other information I didn't show on here, but I'm going to put that in the chat box so you be able to click on it. And of course, it's going to be in the email with the coupon code as well so that you can get it. But the code is only available for 48 hours, and then it goes back to full price. So now is your time to ask any questions. This is my information, my website, email information. So if you have questions about the online course, you can email me. I should be up a few more hours. And those who watch it on the replay, feel free to email at any time, the info at debtsucksuniversity.com. That is my social media. Only thing I talk about on social media is money. A lot of times I do talk about speaking. That's when I'm actually speaking. So I'll give you travel hacks whenever I'm going and speaking, so that if you're a full-time speaker or want to be one, then you can take those notes down. Like, okay, Janae said use this company or this company for my car rental, so I can say 20% here, 30% here. It's still about money, but it's about money that I'm saving as a business owner, as a full-time speaker. So that is what my social media is right there. Now I am going to stop the share, and I'm going to come over to see if there's any questions at all. And we'll come back. And so let me see if any questions over there. And this is your time. If you have any questions, feel free to ask right now. And I'll give everybody a few minutes to ask any questions they may have. I think everybody should be able to still see me. And we're 8:47. We're doing good, under an hour. I was trying to make sure I kept it on an hour. So I may have been speaking a little bit fast, which is also a no-no as a speaker, but this is me presenting this webinar, not my usual presentation. So I go definitely a little slower when I'm speaking in front of everybody. Any questions at all? I want to make sure that I give everybody an opportunity to ask the questions about anything. Okay. And yes, you are, somebody asked me, will they get the recording? Yes, you will get the recording in your email. As long as you have provided it, you will get the email. And make sure that you check your spam for any other emails that came from us so that you don't miss the other free content that's already been sent as well. All right. So it looks like we don't have any more questions. I think I see it was one more question about the course. Somebody asked me, is about the lifetime access. That's what it is. Once you get in it, you have lifetime access. So anything new that's added to it, you actually get an email saying this has been added to the How to Become a Paid Speaker course. And you can click on it and go right there and you get access to everything for lifetime. So once you pay the $297 one time, no matter if it goes up in price, which it probably will, whether it goes up in price or not, you have access because you've already purchased it. All right, let's see. Let's see, somebody else is typing a question. Let's see what it's saying. So somebody asked me, like, how do I get over the nervousness? I am, even though a lot of people can't tell, I am what you call an introvert. So if I'm at a networking event and I don't know anybody, I'm a wallflower. Somebody has to come and talk to me. So what I do when I go and speak is basically flipping on a switch. Why? Because I know, like I said in the webinar, it's purpose living. It's about helping others, having an impact, and helping people get to their dreams financially. And so no matter that I am shy or that I don't want to go out in front of people, I have to flip that switch on, hit the stage. And once I hit it and I change it to a whole different person, and I have a great time, and I know I'm helping others, because whenever I get off stage, my social media has people, DMs in it about how I help them. Later on, they can say that they paid off this debt or they saved this amount of money. And so it makes it, those type of stories makes it easier and easier, guess what, to get on stage and to really do what I've been called to do. So that's how I get over the nervousness. So I'm sure there are plenty of people out there. We know that public speaking is basically the number one fear. People fear that more than dying. And so understanding that, I always have a soft spot to let people know that everybody can't do it at first. But once you realize that you're helping other people, that's how I got over my nervousness. All right. So thank you for that question. All right. I think that is all for the questions. So thank you for everybody that is watching, is going to watch this on a replay. Remember that you can, and I'm going to put, I don't know if I'm better. I'm gonna try to put yep, there it is. There is the link that's to everybody, the link to the program, the online course that you get. And like I said, right now it is 10 videos, also written content and action steps that you have to take throughout each video to get to the point that where I'm at. I'm trying to help you skip some steps to get to the point where I am at, so that you can become a paid speaker that gets paid thousands of dollars. Okay. And so many other people who have taken that course, they've told me, they said, Janae, I got my money back in my first speaking engagement, which they will. They'll get their money back 5 or 6 times at least after one speaking engagement, even more than that, like 7 or 8. Because I'm talking about thousands, and this is only $297. So they get it, like I said, 6, 7, 8 times back after the first one, because I'm just showing you all how to really get everything in line, so that when you go and pitch somebody, you go after a decision maker, that they don't immediately shut the door in your face, because that's what happens to a lot of people. They wonder why people don't call back, why they don't return their emails, is because you're not pitching right. You're not pitching right, and you're not following up the correct way. And so that's one of the videos in the online course that really going to show you how I pitch and follow up, my email template, what I send out as an example. that's golden right there, because that is how I get people's attention. All right. So thank you once again for everybody that joined, and I hope you all have a good one. And I will see you all soon, social media. And of course, watch out for the email with the webinar recording, as well as the information on the program, so that you can click and get started on how to become a paid speaker, so you can get to the point that you're getting paid thousands of dollars to share your story. That's what I do, and I love it. I'm not working 8 hours a day or, building my business, but that's fun. But I'm not working for someone else. I'm having a great time. I love what I do, and I get paid to do it. I can't tell you how many times I stand on stage and people ask me, "You get paid to do this? Is this your full-time job?" Yes. And I love it. So thank you all for joining me, and I hope everyone has a good one. Bye-bye.